this is F10 with Dabu, and I'm going to explain how we did the heroic encounter of Omnitron Defense system. We used a normal 10-man raid makeup with 2 tanks, 3 healers, and 5 DPS. This fight is the same as a regular encounter, except that Nefarian will put a little twist on some of the old abilities at random. We used a raid marker on the ground to indicate where we wanted our range healing clump to stay grouped. Most of these mechanics you want to be grouped up to either split the damage or to increase healing effectiveness, as the AoE mechanics hit a lot harder. One of the first abilities I want to talk about is the lightning conductor done by Electron. Normally you just get away from the conductor and continue on. The change is that Nefarian will switch the lightning conductor into a shadow conductor, which now deals damage to all raid members and more damage the further away you are from the person. So our plan was to move the lightning conductor a few steps away from the clump and then return if it changed to a shadow conductor. As a tank, I would try to intervene someone in the clump and also help split the damage by tanking in the clump. Arcanitron has the same 2 abilities, except the Arcane Annihilator must be interrupted, even when his shield is up. The attack will one-shot anyone not topped off and add extra healing to your healers, who will not thank you later for it. The fight is not really a DPS race, it's more of a race against your healer's mana. So along with that, make sure you get into any power generators that are not going to blow up. Nefarian decides to shoot shadow bolts into some of them, making it swell and eventually blow up. So get in them, but if they start to grow, get out immediately. Your tanks should not try to tank the bosses near the generators, as it is more likely to cause extra damage. Only the range healer clump should use them. And sorry Melee, you get the shaft on this fight. During the power conversion, the tank, and we used an enhancement shaman, would rotate interrupts on the Annihilator. This requires good communication so you do not let one fire off. The shaman also works well because they can purge converted power if he starts to get stacks. This is also spell stillable. We found that Toxitron was our biggest hurdle by not killing the adds fast enough while keeping the range clump and avoiding whatever needed to be avoided. Slows are necessary here, and I spec'd into Piercing Hell to keep them slowed as they spawn. Avoid those as normal, and his chemical cloud is the same as it was before. The change to his ability this time is that Nef will randomly grip everyone into the chemical cloud. This would randomly cause one-shots on people that we could not explain. Get out as fast as possible when you get pulled in. Magmatron has 2 of the most punishing attacks if they are not matched with proper cooldowns. His incineration security measure hits a lot harder, and you should use Aura Mastery or Raid Wall to help with these. His acquiring target ability now roots the target, so make sure to get away from them. This attack requires the most direct healing in the encounter. If you have an invulnerability, now is the time to use it. Feign Death will also work. Heavy heals, and I would try to intervene the target whenever possible. The randomness of this fight can get tiring, and some combinations are almost impossible. We did not like getting Toxitron first, so when we did, we would reset him. We found that we would get way more DPS on the boss when not having to deal with ads first. Thank you for watching, and visit dabuguild.com.